thank you very much. And I would like to thank the Hellenic Charter for the kind invitation. So today my lecture is on the perspective of a small urban space network as an answer to the scarcity of available public spaces in densely built city centers. The objective is that a green network accessible to all is significant for people to socialize, penetrate the urban fabric, and live healthier outdoor lifestyles. Basically, we focus on SDG 3 about health and well-being, but also SDG 11 about communities and cities. Now, just a few words on the green network. The green network, accessible to all, is significant in order for people to socialize and create permeable and rigid environments that promote health and well-being. Now, the value of such interventions and the existence of a network in terms of local food production, energy, crops, water treatment, and other elements that we have discussed earlier on, together with associated economics and social functions, is very high. Green spaces in cities can provide also cooling through shading and enhanced evapotranspiration, thus reducing the heat island effect that occurs in many cities. Now, this is our link to the conference as well, and energy buildings. Urban space is not only about the empty space, but also about the buildings around it. Green areas are often threatened by expanding city structures, which have fragmented natural areas, creating small patches of green spaces in amongst buildings and roads. For example, patches of urban woodlands are generally separated from each other, which affect the ability of many woodland species to disperse or move among different locations with similar habitats. Ecological corridors or connections between urban woodlands, gardens, or other green spaces are recognized as a way to limit the negative effects of fragmentation. The creation of such green areas and corridors can be applicable in most urban areas, and the wide array of available techniques allows application in areas with very different characteristics and even where space availability is limited. This is what we call green infrastructure, which is a strategically planned network of natural and semi-natural areas and ecosystems. This network of green land and greenery and blue water spaces can improve environmental conditions for citizens' better health and quality of life. Also supports a green economy, can create job opportunities and enhances biodiversity. Green infrastructure is a successful tested tool to provide environmental, economic and social benefits through natural-based solutions. Now the problem, we can see here a map from the European Environmental Agency, and we see here in Athens, let's say here in Athens, we have 5 to 10 is the square meters, the surface area of publicly available green spaces per inhabitant in core cities, where the World Health Organization it has a level of 90 square meters, of 9 square meters per inhabitant, and the city of Athens is around 3 at the moment. Another chart here from the same source is showing where Athens is just here at the bottom, and the 3 colors is a total green infrastructure, urban tree cover with black, and urban green space with dark red. Now this is the problem as we see it from the research. A potential solution is our suggestion in dense urban fabrics. The solution may be found in a variety of small urban spaces, such as urban courtyards, pocket parks, parklets, and semi-enclosed urban spaces. The urban courtyards is the in-between space around building blocks. In Athens, these spaces are rarely being used. They are mostly are left abandoned and used for storage or something secondary like that. And they also, of course, they can be found in older building blocks, but also new. And the courtyard suggestions like this, example like that, we find in all Central Europe, and now in Barcelona they're starting of thinking of ideas like that. Courtyards like this can create healthier, sustainable environments and can contribute to diversity, healthier life, comfort, and other aspects like that. In Greece, this potential is possible also by the legislation, which allows this interior space to be unified and be created, a courtyard to be created. However, it is difficult because the owners, the land owners, need to agree upon that, which is something always a bit difficult for Greeks to agree on something. So. Just an example to show the potential. This is a garden design in a building housing block, and also there are some plantation which is for food, like urban agriculture, also a concept that has been introduced in such ideas. And of course, temperature is being increased here from research done by our laboratory using the software EinB showing how the green can decrease temperature loads. Green and cool materials can decrease temperature loads in the surrounding area for up to 2 degrees Celsius. The next type after urban courtyards is these pocket parks. This was a concept introduced first in the United States. This on the left-hand side is the first pocket park that was, let's say, defined in a way. And then on the right-hand side, the Palais Park in New York, which is the most well-known example, let's say, and it has a water wall at the back, like a rainfall, which also makes a really nice sound. So when you enter this space, it's linked to the street, and when you enter this space, you don't really hear the cars, so it creates a completely new acoustic environment, and also in that way makes a serene environment together with the greenery and the other little elements that it has. From then, from 1967, many such constructions have been introduced in the world, and nowadays it's a type that's often being used in urban regeneration. Now, pocket parks can be introduced as a network of small green spaces. They're human in scale. They're up to 500 square meters. And of course, they can contribute to a sense of place, providing comfort and well-being. They need to be accessible and viewable from the street because they're public spaces, and they can have a variety of characteristics such as trees, greenery, urban furniture, etc. With some planning, they can be connected and create the network that we're discussing from the beginning of this talk, along together with bike paths, other urban spaces, small squares, piazzas, etc. This is from the study that was about design parameters of urban pocket parks, and they can be separated according to the 3 pillars of sustainability, like society, environment, and economy. Here, there is another category which is the spatial parameters. I'm not going to go through that. And then from another study, a multi-criteria tool created again from our laboratory for evaluating pocket parks according to the 17 SDG Sustainable Development Goals. I don't know if it's readable. Okay. So here are the 3 pillars of sustainability, and then some parameters identified from the literature review and questionnaires and then the SDGs linked to these parameters. And from our students, from a workshop, from a course that was working in the area of Kykseli, a very densely yet attractive environment in the city center that used to be very, let's say, high class of old Athens. This is a leftover abandoned space that we have monitored and suggested some shell construction that is operable by the temperature, and it's within the concept of movable, transformable architecture. Also here, in this section, I would like to mention the greening of schoolyards. Green schoolyards can form a large part of this network in being available for the community when the school is closed or in the weekends with appropriate supervision. So this is a proposal, again, started from the US. It's been implemented we have many examples now, and we're trying to integrate it in some of our works, in research works now. You can see and this image, I think, is quite interesting because it shows the potential and how you can imagine how this may affect the community. Again, from Kykseli, a study about a school that's on the pedestrian Phokionos Nevri street. This is the school, and how the courtyard of the school can be linked to the public space and create an enclave, a community, a social space for everyone. The third type are the parklets, an extension which is extensions of the sidewalk, a small park, public space that is installed in the place of the parking. So we take out the parking space and we install a little park. It needs to be at the same level as the sidewalk, and can be designed either as a permanent or a temporary construction. This idea first started from San Francisco. The municipality of San Francisco has issued a manual about parklets, which is now being used as a reference for those that study such spaces. In 2017, we have created such a space in the Borikondrimon in the city center, in the municipality of Athens, that stayed there for 3 months. It was a project that also integrated the concept of renewable energy. It had a little solar panel. It had a bicycle that through the movement would power the lighting of the structure at night. Some images from that. And the purpose of this action was to create a network of such parklets. Also, the concept of standardization, I think is quite significant, and I would like to mention it. This could be another idea that as standard elements could be used in order to be able to replicate the concept to other points and make a continuation of the whole idea. The fourth and final type are the semi-enclosed spaces, outdoor urban spaces used for various purposes, spaces that are closed above but open on the sides. Semi-enclosed spaces are from antiquity in Greece very significant spaces there in Bethlehem, and that are used both in buildings but also in the urban environment. They are in-between spaces also in terms of their thermal performance, meaning that during the winter they are warmer than the outside temperature, and during the summer they are cooler than the outer temperature. So there are spaces that can be inhabited for longer periods of time. They act as climate moderators. Also, social places in the houses, the closed verandas were used for the women, perhaps to clean or cook or do things like that. And 4 types can be identified: porch, arcade, which is a passage, the portico, and the hypostyle hall. And maybe this is a bit too architectural for you, so I'll move on quickly. And some typology here. Finally, all this can be integrated in the concept of the 15 million city. I'm just showing you this example because we were working on it just now. This is from a project that was hosted in our university between the School of Design of Toulouse, University, the Technical University of Riga, and University of Cyprus, an Erasmus Plus program about the 15-minute neighborhood in historic urban areas. And there we discussed all this potential of how a network of small and very small public spaces can create a more livable environment, but also reduce temperature, reduce the heat island effect, and create a better surrounding for the community. And as a synopsis, I would like to say that the green network accessible to all is significant in order for people to socialize, to be able to penetrate the urban fabric, and to live a more healthy outdoor living. This network is part of green infrastructure as it is defined, which forms a strategically planned network of natural and semi-natural areas with other environmental features designed and managed to deliver a wide range of ecosystem services. A variety of such small spaces as urban courtyards, pocket parks, parklets, green schoolyards, and semi-enclosed urban spaces can be integrated into the network, providing a diverse and rich environment within the goals of sustainability. The above spaces have a variety of environmental, spatial, social, and also cultural characteristics. We should not forget the 4th pillar of sustainability, very significant for Greece, that can create a more healthy and attractive environment, but also contribute to the improvement of the urban microclimate. Thank you very much for your attention.